After a Group 1 doubleheader last weekend, the big racing action continues this weekend with a Group 3 at Sha Tin. Here's what we've got coming up for you on this week's edition of HK Direct. And we'll be previewing the Centenary Vase, which has been won by the likes of Designs on Rome, Akeed Mafeed and further back Bullish Luck. Paul Larry's in the studio to tell us who's going to win this year's renewal of the race. Plus, we have a look at Masterclass, a new segment on HK Direct. We'll have more information for you in due course. But as mentioned, Paul Larry's in the studio to find us a winner for Sunday's meeting. And Paul, the Group 3 feature, the Centenary Vase, only a small field but an intriguing field for the race.
It is, and it comes up with these handicap conditions, which gives these young horses that are coming through an opportunity to do pretty well here, you know, with these light weights. So I'm thinking of Rivet and Riven down the bottom of the, down the bottom of the handicap, up against the proven Group 1 horses like Eagle Way and Secret Weapon, who also has had a good season last season.
Absolutely. All right, let's have a look at the runners and riders engaged then for the feature event. It comes up early on the card, race 3, and as Paul mentioned, it's under handicap conditions. Over 1,800 metres, Secret Weapon won this race 2 years ago. Eagle Way is coming into the race on the back of a win of the January Cup last time out. Gold Mount, the first Hong Kong horse past the post in the Vase last time out. Horse of Fortune's a dual Group 3 winner over this course and distance. Denozo backs up quickly from Wednesday night, and Paul mentioned the 4-year-olds before, Rivet and Riven, rounding out the field for this Group 3 contest. Let's have a look at a bit of form leading into this race then, Paul, and we're going to start off with the January Cup and of course the horses in these famous red and black colours. Eagle Way here, who wins the race. I thought Denozo's run was very good as well, Paul, and he's of course come out and franked that form since then. Yeah,
he won on Wednesday night most impressively, did Denozo. Now Eagle Way, of course, is a Group 1 winner from Australia. He's come here, he's run very well and right through the 4-year-old series, and he's a Group winner here also in Hong Kong. Comes here, wins this race nicely. He's in the weights, he's up in weight a little bit, giving these young 4-year-olds a little bit of weight, but I still think he's going to run very well, and it was a really good run from him. And I don't think he's really a Happy Valley horse either, but he still ran well at the course.
And he did have a few issues leading into the Vase too, so under the circumstances, his effort to come out and win the January Cup was very good.
And Denozo, as you said, he ran well there. He's come out and he franked the form. He won very nicely on Wednesday night. Did get the race run to suit, and it's an interesting tactic here from John Size to back him up quite quickly. But he's obviously held up to the rigours of racing well, and there's no reason why he can't.
He's a very consistent horse. Yep. Do you think up to 1,800 metres as opposed to 1,650 is better for him?
Yeah, he seems to go well over the 1,800 metres. He's done well at Sha Tin before over that distance. No reason why he won't do it again. So, look, I think he can play a minor role. I don't think he'll be a winning chance in this particular race, but I still think he'll run well.
OK, well, in that race we saw there, Zach Purton rode Eagle Way. This time he jumps on board Gold Mount. Here are his thoughts firstly on Gold Mount and also on Eagle Way.
Well, they're always competitive races, and with his racing style, he's always going to be a victim of the pace of the races. You know, it's a small field, and they quite often can be tricky and slowly run affairs. So he's just going to be at the back there doing his thing, and we just hope that the race pans out well for us. I think Gold Mount's probably got a little bit of a better turn of foot. Eagle Way had been struggling a little bit with his fitness up until his last start. Had a few setbacks this season, so we're only just starting to see the best of him now. So they're both competitive rides and they'll both run well.
Zach's ridden Gold Mountain all 3 of his runs this season. Do you see him getting the pace run to suit?
Well, I think he summed it up well. It's a 7-runner race, and you've also got, so it can be a muddling pace. John Moore, I think, holds the key to the pace because he's got 3 of the 7 runners in there. So it'd be interesting to see what the pace is with Gold Mount. Eagle Way, I think Zach hit the nail on the head there with him as well, was that he's just been struggling with his fitness, but he is now back to form, and he is a Group 1 winner. So I think he definitely comes into this race.
Absolutely. All right, let's go back to the barrier trials. A number of horses like Gold Mount coming from the international meeting and contesting this race. One such horse is Secret Weapon. This is his trial about a month ago. I quite like this performance from him. He's out the back. I thought he closed off nicely. He, of course, won this race 2 years ago. He
did win it, and as you can see, he hits the line all right. He was just pushed out a little bit at the very end. The thing that worries me about him is he doesn't come in well in the weights. He's 133. He's got to give every other horse weight in this race, and he has had a couple of issues this season. So I'm going to leave him out. And I just under the weight scale, I don't think he's well suited.
No doubt he's got the quality, though. He's finished second to Morris in a Hong Kong Cup, and also prior to that won the Jockey Club Cup. So ability's not the issue, but you're concerned about the weight. Yeah,
I just don't think this is a race that really suits him when he's going to have to give weights to some of those really promising 4-year-olds coming through. 20 pounds is a lot to give with these horses. There's not much between them. Set weights, different story. But under the conditions of this race, I think he might struggle a little bit under 133.
OK, what about the 4-year-olds, Riven and Rivet, heading on to the Derby?
Yeah, I like both these two horses. I think they're both quite progressive horses. In particular, Rivet. I do like Rivet. He's improved out of sight in his last couple of starts. He's had 4 runs here now, and his last run I thought was really good behind Nothing I Like More. He comes in at 113 pounds. He's a very expensive horse. He was a Group 1 winner in the UK. And we know that some of these UK horses take a while to settle here in Hong Kong. I think he's settled here now. I think you're going to see the real Rivet, 1800 perfect for him. He's the one I like.
OK, he's on top. What rounds out the top 4, though, here, Paul?
Well, I'm going to put Riven in there for second because I just think he comes in well under the weights. I know 1,800 metres isn't ideal for him. He is a real stayer, this horse. But the way the race may be run to suit, start, stop, I think Riven can run well as well. So I thought the 2 4-year-olds can come through. We've seen last year's 4-year-olds be so successful this year. So Rivet to beat Riven, Eagle Way with a Group 1 win, and Donoso, very fit horse, and he won't be too far away. So I went 6, 7, 2 and 5. If I'm playing it, I like Rivet. I think Rivet can win this race. OK. I think you should get a good price about him too. Hope so, yeah. I'll be looking forward to that.
Anyway, any price is a good price as long as it's a winning price. But as mentioned at the start of the show, we've got a new segment on 2018's renewal of HK Direct. It's called Masterclass, where we highlight from the month before a particularly special performance, whether it be human or equine. And of course, it was a big month for John Size.
Nice kick with his head in front. Nice kick, wins it, pulling away in the end. Unicron Jewelry, Godspeed. Unicron Jewelry with his head in front. Unicron Jewelry from Godspeed. Infinity Endeavour is coming away now, and Infinity Endeavour goes on to beat Prince Harmony. He's all-class Cotty. He's got this race parcelled up from Healthy Joyful and Regency Bobo. It's a handful for Morera, and Cotty wins again in a breeze.
Premier from Fabulous One. House of Fun is trying to stay on, but it's Premier for 3 out of 3 this season. You can now read 4 out of 4 this season.
Is a real excitement machine. Nothing I Like More from Singapore Sling in the Classic Mile.
Inside the final 200 they go, and it's Mr. Stunning who takes it up to DB Pin. Beat the Clock is finishing really strongly as well. Mr. Stunning flagging. DB Pin is reeling him in. DB Pin, the new kid on the block, got there.
Huge month there for John Size, Paul. He set the record for most winners in a season last season. He's actually going better than what he was this time last season. Do you feel like he's got the horses coming through, or horses with enough ratings in hand to give him that 10th trainer's title?
Oh, definitely. He's sort of gone clear now with this sort of spurt that he's had in January. He's got a few really nice horses that haven't raced yet. A horse called Gunnison, who raced a good 2-year-old form in Australia. Another one called Tom's Dragon, who's been trialling very well recently as well. So he's got a couple of up his sleeve there. And Nothing I Like More. I mean, if he stays, you know, he can win. He can sweep the three races as well. Conti, how far is Conti going to go? Hot King Prawn. I mean, Hot King Prawn's another one. Premier's unbeaten this season. There's, you know, we could spend hours here talking about it.
An embarrassment of riches he's got. Certainly now that he's gone, 11 wins clear, I believe, of Frankie Law in the Trainers' Premiership. Whoever wins, it's going to be very hard work to get past him if they do.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you're pricing him up as a bookmaker, he'd be no offers or $1.01, I think.
A very short price. OK, we're about out of time for today's edition of HK Direct. We're racing on Sunday at Sha Tin. Here's what we've got in store. Trackside live coverage of the 10-race card. Really good card as well, too. Starts at 12:30. Race 3 is the feature. The Centenary Vase, the race we previewed at 2 o'clock local time. For more information, go to the website or go to Twitter. Okay, well, that's all for today's show. Paul, thanks for coming in, and hopefully we've found a winner there with the 4-year-olds at a bit of a price.
Yeah, fingers crossed. There's a really good card there, actually, on the weekend. Some unlucky runners from last time, so we'll keep an eye on those and see how we get on.
Turin Red Star?
Turin Red Star being one, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Super Missile just got there last time. I think he might win a bit easier this time.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you on Racing to Win and also trackside. But for HK Direct this week, that's all. We look forward to your company next time. Until then, though, goodbye.
No.